Good evening. How are you? This is Kingsley, and it is the evening of the 4th, but this is going to be my video for the 5th. I'm spinning around. Duh. So one of the gifts that my family got me for Christmas, which I'm very grateful for, happened to be audiobooks.com, 24 books. And the first book I listened to was Forrest Gump, which was very different from the movie. The guy's real creative. It's just, I think story-wise, I probably enjoyed the movie version a little bit more. It was a little more bittersweet. And it felt like something that you could kind of grasp more. Even though novels are sort of about imagination, I felt like the novel pushed a little bit in a way where the movie just sort of, flowed and you kind of were able to feel it. I do like books. I don't read books like by eye. I listen to them on audio because I'm a very auditory type person. But yeah, so I really wasn't why I came on here, believe it or not. The other book that I've been listening to is one that's been all over the universe right now, called The Secret. And if you have not heard about it, then I'm sure you will hear about it, because it is sort of a phenomenon that has grown. There's another book out that's called The Magic, and there's other books like that. The Secret talks about how the power, well, the secret is the power of attraction, okay. But there's more description as to how you use that power in your life. And one of the things they talk about, Rhonda is the author's name. I cannot remember her last name, and I feel bad about that, but I can't do anything about it right now. But there's Bob Proctor, and he stands out. His voice is very dynamic. And Rhonda, she has a beautiful voice. She's like from Australia. Moving on, though. The book version or the audio version I hear is really not as much of a book as it is. I guess she's reading parts of the book, but she also has dialogues going on where they'll take segments of different people, inspirational speakers or whomever, and let them sort of talk about their perspectives and do a little bit of their training and how they approach the secret. The power of attraction. And they talk about how you have to believe it. There's 3 steps. Ask, well, that was 2. Ask, believe, and receive. Those are the 3 steps to power of attraction. Now, I encourage you, if you have not read the book, to go and read it. Your ability to take it in and to utilize it is really a very personal thing. And I guess I go about trying to be very friendly and happy and nice to people lots of times. I really do. I do my best to appreciate the fact that there are other people and that they need to have positive experiences. And one of the things they talked about in the book, well, 2 things that are standing out of my mind right now. But since I'm on this point, I'll talk about it, which is you have to make yourself happy before you can ever make anyone else happy. And that's just a true statement that people will tell you across the board. But I've worked a long time in my life to make others happy before I made myself happy. And even really to this day, I still sort of do things to make other people happy versus myself. And I guess it could be called selfless, but in a way, I do think it costs me something and it costs them something, because I'm not necessarily doing they're not necessarily seeing completely me because I'm sort of, you know, the way they put it in the book was there's not enough to go around, so I will go without. And that's sort of how I've lived in a lot of ways. It's really sort of an awing realization in all the ways, like how my physical health has gone to hell because of the way I've acted, and the fact that I've sort of moved away from myself and let other people, thought of other people first, or I just became so focused on the fact that I'll never get out, that I've manifested things, in my physical form and in the way I've lived my life. Disorganization is a huge manifestation of your ability to say, I'm just not that type of person. And that leads back to the first point I was going to make, the most important one, which is, I know I'm putting negative energy out into the universe. If you follow the belief of the secret, the power of attraction, if you say what you don't want, then you're going to attract more of what you don't want because that's what you're focusing on, right? The reality is, the question I'm posing out there right now is, why don't I know how to believe anymore? Why don't I believe it's possible anymore to accomplish my dreams? It feels like I've aged so much. Like, and I know I'm 35. I know that's not super young. But I look at people, and some of the vloggers I watch on YouTube, which I really admire what they do. And even some who aren't 30s, but they're not 35, they may be in your early 30s or whatever. And I just think to myself, why did I wait so long? Why don't I know how to believe anymore that it's possible? And it talks about how you have to believe. You have to believe that it's coming to you. You have to believe that physical health is there, that it's already there, that your perfect body is already there, so that you can have it, and that that you're not looking for, that it's there, that it will manifest itself because you're putting that out into the universe, and the universe will bring it back to you. And the same with, love, and the same with financial wealth. And why don't I believe anymore? I don't know where that comes from. I suppose it was always because I was taught that, that's not, I don't think she meant to do it, but I was taught people like us, people with sight impairments, don't get those kinds of opportunities. But yet, we have Stevie Wonder, who was super famous, and Bonnie Millsap was famous, and, people who, have major physical differences, that they became successful. Michael Clark Duncan, he became very successful in his life. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Bonnie Millsap, and people say, well, they're just special. And you go, well, I guess I'm not special. And you just think to yourself, why do I believe I'm not special? Because I look at myself in the mirror, that which I can tell, and I go, what is that? What is that? I know I'll inevitably attract negativity from thinking about it, but I'm trying to put it out there because I'm trying to figure it out. I've always been someone who's gone through it in my head and tried to work my way through troubled times when I've had trouble, like with my relationships and stuff. And I don't put it on anyone else. I kind of try to go through it myself and sort of rationalize it out. And it doesn't mean that there's not. And I usually come out on the other side, at least some way, although I'm sure I've come out burned a little bit, or more than a little bit, scarred by it. But I always try to come out on the other side and find my way through that. So many things just go through your head, you just, why don't I believe anymore? Even in something small, why can't I just believe in it? They say practice by, asking for something. Let's just ask for something. Something simple that you can sort of see come true. Ask for something simple, believe it will be there, and then receive it as it comes. And even something very simple, I just think, oh, that's not going to happen. I want to live in a higher place of happiness and positivity than that. I want that so bad. What do you want? I want to be happy. I want to be financially well off. I want to meet someone who I can share the world with and travel with. I want to make movies. I want to act in movies. I want to see the world. I want romance. I want to write again. I want to act. I want to be organized. I want to make great money. I want to be doing what I dream of as my financial support system. And I want it to be bountiful and wonderful. And I want it so much, but I'm having so much trouble believing it. You know what I mean? But I want to make a video every day. Doesn't always have to be profound. It just has to be there, I want to look back on my life and say, this is where I was and this is where I am now. Have a great night or a great day, whenever you're watching this. Take care and look for the secret inside of yourself. I hope it opens a door to something really happy for you. Really, really wonderful.